Have you ever seen someone get a headhunter and a pandemonius out of the same legion? Yo, what is up guys? Joker here, back with a new video for Lex Proxima, using the gatekeepers within their grasp and invading force. I actually don't have all 10 of the passives I just noticed here, but the rest of these kind of suck, so the only other thing it has is harvest, which I'm not even going to be using and taking into consideration the profit really. So it's mainly for the breach, right? And then on the stones, I have breaches all have increased chance for Chiula. So I think altogether it's like 120, 280, almost 300% chance for it to be Chiula. The only bad part is these breaches open up so slow that's kind of the bad part. But mainly we're going to be banking off breach stones, right? Because it goes, the breach bosses drop have a 5% chance to drop a breach stone, and then it shows right here it has a 9% chance to be charged, 3% for enriched, and 1% for pure. So with how often it dropped in Legion like that, if I can get it to drop pure Triola stones, then that's pretty much an X dropping every time. So if I can get that to proc like how it procced in New Vastir with the Legions and all those stones, then the only sad part is I wish they put Flash Breach up in here, but they didn't. But with the maps, we're going to be running 24 Lex Proxima maps, and then it's just essentially sacrifice frags and then gilded breach scarabs, and it is going to be breach on the map device as well. So I believe there's going to be 5 breaches minimum, so we'll see how that turns out. Just that casual trash tier Cirrus loot.
I'm sorry. Cirrus, this was all my fault.
Alright, so that's not a thing I didn't know. That's a thing I didn't know that happened. I did not know that the little hands and breaches could drop exalted orbs. I guess they work like a loot chest? I thought they just dropped splinters, but okay. There we go. First X. Alright, 6 maps done so far. First impressions is it's complete trash. Honestly, kind of regretting it just because the bosses are so rare that it's not really worth it. I thought one of these, yeah, it does have a 100% increased chance. Maybe I should have got stones that were like increased chance to spawn a boss if that's a thing, because the bosses are just so rare. It's such a low chance that you'll actually get a stone, right? But if I go over to, let's clear this out. If I go over here and I pull a snapshot, we've gotten about 600 C so far. So, I mean, I guess that's not terrible, but the X drop I got is kind of carrying it. Yo, first breach stone. I think I'm on my 8th or 9th map, and the first breach stone is not only an S breach stone, so the worst breach stone. Really? I mean, I guess that's some kind of RNG. Okay, so I went ahead and I made a mistake. I reread the mod, and it is essentially a 10% chance for the breach boss to drop a breach stone. However, the chance for a breach boss to appear, even with the 100% increased chance, is so low that this is just pure wasted. These nodes are terrible. Never take these. Like, I am 12 I'm 12 maps down right now. So I'm effectively halfway done. Let's go ahead and zone real quick so I can show you kind of the excellence. So in 6 maps we made 200 C. Hey Google, what's 232 divided by 6?
232 divided by 6 is approximately 38.67.
So 38C per map. Now, that wouldn't be a problem if the breach scarabs weren't 19C each when I bought them in bulk, and if the map wasn't giving me 2C for the breaches, right? So that's 16C. So that's 19C per map that I'm getting right now. And that's just terrible. The breaches are so slow that you could probably run an additional map in the amount of time that it would take for these breaches to actually open. So I'm going to continue to run the maps, but I feel like this is a huge loss and possibly a mistake. Yay, mistakes! All right, and 16 maps done, 8 left, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, yep, I know how to count. Basic math. Woo. Okay, so 8 maps left, and we are at 1,219C apparently. So what is that? 9-ish X? No, it's like 8X. Which, I mean, the amount of time it's taken me to do the maps and the buy-in and the efficiency, overall, I'm still staying with my original statement that it's not worth. Like I said, I am going to give it those last 8 maps to try to get a turnaround, but as of now, it's probably on the lower of all the methods I've shown so far. And we are done. We just finished the 24th map, and Excellence says we are at 1.8K, 1.8K chaos, and altogether we essentially got 2 Chiyobi stones, 3 Zoth, 2 Esh, which probably more because I stopped picking these up at a point, and then 1 tool. Now, besides that, we do have this Pandemonius right here that once I actually ID it and then zone, it's going to increase the price. But it kind of proves all you have to do is talk shit and have a camera, and then you'll be able to go ahead and bump up your profit per hour. Because I was talking shit on how bad this was, I went ahead and ran the last couple of maps, and GGG decided to give me a Pandemonius. So look at this. Boom. An extra 300C right there. So it dropped me this Pandemonius, and then the next like 4 breaches were Chiola breaches. So it really wanted to try to bump up my GP per hour. But let's do that typical math. So, hey Google, what is 2,177 divided by 24?
2,177 divided by 24 is approximately 90.71.
Hey Google, what's 152 divided by 90.71?
152 divided by 90.71 is approximately 1.68.
All right, so on average, we got a little bit over an X per map. Now, granted, it did take us about 20C in rolling the maps, and I did get lucky when I was just throwing the sextants on. This last 4 set of sextants, I believe I might actually still have one of the sextants on there, but let's see if it shows it. Where I got the additional 2 breaches. So the last couple of maps actually ended up having 6 breaches, so that really helped out in trying to group everything. Now, looking towards the next thing, I might go back here because Flash Breach is just so much better, in my opinion. Probing the weakness in Flash Breach, they're just so much better than these nodes. I'm sorry. The invading force within their grasp and gatekeepers, I believe I only got 1 breach stone from all 24 maps. So all 100 plus of the breaches that I ran, I only dropped 1 breach stone. And I'd say there was at least 30 breach bosses that I killed. So The fact that I only got one breach stone is kind of terrible. But hey, the fact that I spent 4x on these watchstones, and then I spent another 2x, I believe, on the scarabs. So, I mean, 6x, I came out with what would be technically 10x. That's the wrong thing. Which would be technically 10x plus, well, actually 2100. What would that be? Hey Google, what is 2177 divided by 150? Hey Google, what's 2177 divided by 150?
2177 divided by 150 is approximately 14.51.
So I made about 8x, but in the amount of hours that it took me to run that because of how slow these breaches open, like they open ridiculously slow, and you kind of have to wait for it to open all the way up just in case there is that breach boss, because that's your best chance of getting any kind of splinters or breach stone from it. So I don't know. I really wouldn't recommend this. If you were going to Lex Proxima, I probably would. If you're a Delver, just go here or just run the harvest, because the breaches aren't really worth it. All right. Well, this video is probably longer. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the evaluation. I'm going to put a clip at the front to make it kind of funny, trying a couple of new things with the editing. But if you enjoyed, I hope you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, take care.